all change at Minardi. With the start of the new Formula 1 season just a few weeks away, Minardi have surprised everyone by enlisting the services of peer solution rules. Much as expected of the new team manager from Marco Rossi, our objectives are to finish 10th or higher in the Constructors' Championship, which should be doable, but Arrows intend to finish 6th or higher in the Constructors' Championship, and I'm telling you, not a hope in hell. Bet you at this minute in time, those inline skates probably go faster than our bloody car. Marc Genet lines up in 21st and Luca Badoer lines up in 22nd, despite setting lap times that were 2 seconds quicker than they were in practice. They still couldn't keep up with their main rivals at Arrows. We've got a lot of work to do, we have. But anyway, Minardi are going to do good things. I have confidence that Minardi in the near future, under my control, will do good things. So I think this shows, with the new parts that we've got, that we are definitely faster than the Arrows. Those two teams, McLaren and Ferrari, they're just their pace over everyone else is absolutely unbelievable. Oh no, Hakkinen. No, Hakkinen, not right at the end. He was leading the whole race in his barge boards he got. Schumacher takes a very surprising win in Ferrari in the first race of the 99 season, with us Minardi guys, with Genet finishing 14th and Luca Badoer finishing 15th. Someone actually wants to sell Minardi merchandise. What are you doing, Genet? I know I told you to risk everything, but you couldn't even make the first corner. God, Badoer, you were right. That looked like a pretty scary crash there. Come back into the pits and we'll talk about it. Whoa, hang on. Both of our guys have gone up due to driver error. I'm so glad we haven't got these guys next year. I know we haven't announced who our new drivers are, but I'm telling you, these two definitely aren't making the lineup. Yes! Ford Zetec engines, are paying 20 million for them. They say McLaren have gone for Ford Zetec. Yes, they have. They've paid 21 million for the worst engines they can get. I'm questioning what Gustav Brunner is actually doing. Oh, even Takaki's got past us. Hakkinen, oh my god, Hakkinen. Driver error, what's happened here? Hakkinen, you're supposed to be the world champion this year, you can't be having driver errors. Coming up to the end of the race with Schumacher's gonna win it. God, that'll be an upset if he wins the 99 championship. It's Hakkinen who's supposed to win it. Oh my god, no. Takaki's in the points. Oh, this isn't good. I think I'm going to be sacked because we have to get 10th for the Constructors for me to keep my job next year. And with this is a massive upset. I genuinely think I'm going to be sacked. I don't want you finishing in the points. Of all people, I thought if an Arrows was going to score points, it'd be Della Rosa. Not Takaki. Yes! Hang on! Oh no, hang on. No, that hasn't changed at all. They've got 2 points and we've got 1. I've never been so not happy about getting a point. Takaki 5th. Mesmerising, to be honest. And Badoer 6th. We are actually 7th in the Constructors, so technically I wouldn't get sacked. God, this is going to be fun. That leaves the question, what's happening to Damon Hill? I don't know, he'll probably turn up somewhere, he always does. He's too good a driver to not go to a good team, really. He looks terrifying. I've never heard of the guy before, but he looks terrifying. So the practice session for the 1999 Monaco Grand Prix has just ended. The weirdest of all is 3rd place for Pedro Della Rosa in the Arrows. Apparently after those 2 points Arrows got in Imola, they've just been able to improve so much on the opposition that Pedro Della Rosa has somehow been able to get 3rd. Takaki's in 8th for the Arrows, again setting a blistering time, not as quick as his teammate but still way above expectations, and the man who nobody thought was going to score points in Imola might score points again this race. Okay, so we just had the qualifying report around Monaco, and as ever Monaco loves to throw up surprises, and it has done again today. Takaki pulls off another amazing performance like he did in practice to get 7th, and Pedro Della Rosa, while not finishing as high up as he did in practice, gets 8th. I mean look, 53, 37, 22 is 3rd laps. Like, I mean, what are they? What are they? Is in laps? Have they found a cheat? I think Arrows have found a cheat. Hakkinen has a dreadful performance in 19th, and the surprise backmarker for tomorrow's race is Damon Hill in the Jordan. Look, that's going to be that's the closest we're ever going to get to a McLaren in a long time. Turns out he's overtaken Hakkinen as well. Yes, he has! We've both overtaken Mika Hakkinen, the guy who's supposed to win the 99 World Championship. Why is he in second to last? Why is David Hill in last? What is going on? Janae's faster than Panis. We've actually got some quick cars on track. Oh, Ford Zetec engines, eh? Great, I think that's actually the first retirement we've had on a Ford Zetec engine. You're kidding. One race, we're genuinely doing well on pace, and we've had an engine and brake failure. And actually, Schumacher's finished the race. Ralf Schumacher, I'm amazed. You didn't crash anyone out this time. Well done. You know, that's a genuine applause for me, for Ralf Schumacher finishing a race. Ferrari, they're going to be keeping Michael Schumacher as driver number 1, with Takaki, as per usual, in last. I've always taken the mick out of Badoer and Janae this season, but Takaki, he's the worst. Gabriel Chiedosi must have had a bad year in '98 to design this chassis, because it's dreadful. And what's that, Zanardi? Zanardi fell to the back of the field. He really is terrible. Is that Takaki who's ahead of us? That is a swell. That's Takaki who's actually ahead of us. Okay, I take it back actually. I don't think Takaki is the worst driver in the grid. It's definitely Zanardi. And it's not his fault, it's barge boards, but I'm disappointed. Okay, so Benetton have finally scored points, so names were still holding 8th in the Constructors, is it? That's pretty good. As long as at least one of these teams below doesn't score any points, then we will still get 10th in the Constructors. We have just signed our chief designer, Neil Oatley. He's a brilliant designer. He was with McLaren, and then he'll be with us next season. Before I have confirmed Adrian Newey as their technical director for next year, which means Adrian Newey's leaving McLaren, going with their arch rivals Ferrari. And then Arrows confirmed Marc Genet. Now I have hinted, saying that we're not going to retain our drivers, and I can confirm here, our second driver, Marc Genet, won't be staying with us. Takaki, see, after his 2 points, he has just skyrocketed. Apparently, he's linked with Williams. Takaki must be better than Zanardi, because Zanardi hasn't really proved himself this season. But another thing Williams have done is they have signed Takaki, and as driver number 1. So Ralph, I mean, I know I'd take the mick out of Ralph, but Williams seriously reckon that Takaki, even though he got 2 points in Imola, which was a fluke, and he had amazing practice and qualifyings in Monaco, they seriously reckon he's better than Ralf Schumacher. They're not paying him more than Ralf Schumacher. They're paying him not even a tenth of what Ralf Schumacher's getting, but he's driver number 1. The future Williams man wasn't on form today to set a lap time 2 seconds slower than the Minardi's. Ralf Schumacher! Oh, wait, you've retired again. First one to retire. What is happening in these last few laps? We're almost at the points. We're almost in the points. Oh my god. That was the... I've never seen anything like it. Jean Alesi, Sauber got points and served BAR. So the only team to not score points yet is Prost. I think the technical director, Mike Gascoigne, is also going to massively help. Gascoigne's got a no-nonsense management style, which has proven to be very successful in setting up projects from scratch and turning around struggling teams. Sounds like just the sort of person we need. Which, pretty good move actually, because De La Rosa's not a bad driver. So that's a pretty good move. And then, so Gaston Mazzacane is going to be leaving us to join Arrows as their test drive. McLaren confirmed Fisicella as driver number 1. Why on earth would he take driver number 1? That is That is a very good move for Fisicella, but what's happened to Hakkinen? God, not another team making that error. Jordan have made that error, McLaren have made that error. We're making that error this year, but we've changed it. That would be a bad move, actually. God, not another good team that's going to go down because of it. Oh, Williams are going to be using Zetec engines. Good, they haven't made that error of using Ford Zetec. They could have got any picture in the world of him, and they got that. Okay, well, finally we know Badoer won't be staying with us because he's taken a very good role. Actually, he's test driver at Ferrari, which I'm not going to blame him for taking. Okay, so we just had the practice round Magneti course in France in 1999. Fisicella's in first place for the Benetton, a surprise first place for Fisicella, a man who was actually soon to be joining the McLaren team, was actually better than both McLaren drivers, with Luca Badoer probably the surprise of the session, finishing 10th. And you may notice that on this screen there's no 21st or 22nd. That is because both BARs of Jacques Villeneuve and Ricardo Zonta weren't able to set even an outlap. It's unknown why the BARs weren't able to set a lap. I don't think we're going to sneak into the points just yet. Badoer is out with, what's that, suspension failure? Genet, it's all down to you. And he's not going to do it, it's not going to be enough retirements. Damn it, but you know, we were close there, we were close at the end. Schumacher finishes first from Hakkinen. And Fisicella has had a good performance, he's had a good weekend. I think it's that morale of knowing he's going to replace Hakkinen next year. So our number one driver, as you can see here, is Damon Hill. Now our second driver is here, and it's McEwan. And you know how the saying goes, if you want to win, get a Finn. The reason we got him is because his salary is so cheap. Genuinely, no idea who he is. And his overall rating's terrible, as you can see it's 79, obviously Micasalo's was 94, so there's a massive gap there. But God, look at that guy in the background. That is a photo bomb if ever I've seen one. They've tried to blur him out, but you can clearly see him there. Just, that is a nice photo bomb, I love it. There we get David Warren, that's the guy we're focusing on. The two Minardis are Genet and Badoer in 11th and 12th, saying a very good qualifying session after both were able to successfully complete laps once team boss Piers Luton rules told him to risk everything, and it seemed to have paid off here, with the disappointment of the session being Mika Hakkinen in 16th. The supposed 1999 world champion finished terribly. We had a good finish nonetheless, we showed some real pace, Eddie Irvine didn't, clearly. But no, Hakkinen, he's not helping himself to win the Drivers' Championship. And Constructors, obviously we're still in 10th, just. We've just signed as our commercial manager Stefano Domenicali. And Johnny Herbert, the rumours keep on flooding in about Johnny Herbert. And just tell you the bad thing is that means we have to keep on looking at this picture of him. Johnny Herbert, again, linked to going with Ferrari. Zanardi is linked to going with Ferrari, and I've said pretty much throughout the entire season how I think Zanardi has been the worst driver this season, or definitely the most underperforming driver this season. And if he goes to Ferrari, then, well, Prost have finally, you know, at least Gustavo has found a contract for next year. And last position, surprisingly, is Michael Schumacher. He was able to set a quick lap time. I don't mind not scoring points as long as Prost don't. Have Magneti Marelli's 6th model of electronics, which we received just before this race, is rated 100. 100 out of 100, so it's perfect. Badoer, why are you getting stuck behind that BAR? So both hours have now passed Badoer. Okay, no, I think Schumacher outpaced him if he's about 1.5 minutes adrift of each other. I think Schumacher massively outpaced Irvine then. Can't dominate, obviously, because they got a 1-2 finish. But you know, I mean, with Schumacher still getting 6 points, Hakkinen only outscored Schumacher by 2 points in that race. We've announced Mercedes to be our engines for next year. I mean, what have we got for Mercedes engines? Well, I think it's obvious. I mean, they're just the best engines you can get, really. So McLaren confirmed Johnny Herbert. So finally, we won't have to look at that picture anymore of Johnny Herbert. He's finally agreed a contract with a team to go to McLaren as driver number 2. We got another merchandise proposal thanks to Massimo Cusimano, Minardi branded mugs. Luca Badoer lines up 20th, and that was after he had a crash on a lap where he was told to risk everything, and it was a weird one because he locked up and he didn't go into the gravel, but for some reason he couldn't start the car again, which we don't personally know why. Takaki lines up 21st, again after he crashed on one of his laps, which is why he's 3.5 seconds a lap off the Minardi's pace. Why are there Union Jacks in the grandstand? This is a German track. Why are there lots of Union Jacks? How stupid does the Ferrari look with its FedEx sponsor on the side? So Benetton Sports Systems stopped sponsoring Benetton and are now sponsoring Williams. As you can see, look, I'll show you a screenshot now of the Williams, and it's got the Benetton Sports Systems sponsor on it, and I'm just like, you what? That would never happen in real life. And we didn't come in the points we finished just outside the points, which is unfortunate, but Prost didn't score any points, and neither did the Arrows. Hakkinen is ahead of Schumacher in the Drivers' Championship, like he should be, to be honest. The Constructors' Championship, McLaren are now just ahead of Ferrari, with Stewart still being the best of the rest. Kept Magneti Marelli electronics. I suppose it's no surprise there really, because obviously Magneti Marellis are the best. They're Italian. We've been using them this season. They're very good. There's just no reason as to why we wouldn't keep them. You see, we're moving away from Brembo brake. I've gone for AP Racing brakes. Now, AP Racing brakes do look very good because their overall rating is 100. It seems more trusting to have a brake supplier that has racing in the name. It shows that they've got true performance to them. Their AP Racing is a subsidiary of Brembo's. AP Racing made the brake calipers that are on the Bugatti Veyron. Williams confirmed Massimo Cusimano as their commercial manager, because obviously we're not retaining the services of him because we have replaced him with Stefano Domenicali, of course. And was this an overtake? So one side was overtaking the other. Surely they, as a team, they should try and focus on overtaking the Minardi and not themselves, but oh, whatever. And Jacques Villeneuve is stuck down at last, and that's quite embarrassing to be stuck behind both Arrows. I mean, Jacques Villeneuve, he's a world champion. Jacques Villeneuve, he's taken him over half the race just to get past the Arrows and Minardis. That's appalling. And then Ralf Schumacher again. When has he finished the race this season? So McLaren's have actually scored the same amount of points as Ferrari in terms of constructors, but obviously Hakkinen's losing out in terms of the drivers. Sauber confirms Gabriele Tredozzi as their chief designer, because obviously we're not retaining Gabriele Tredozzi, we're going for Neil Oatley. Damon Hill continues his run of poor practice sessions to be down in 18th, with Takaki and the other Arrows setting a lap time 7 seconds a lap slower than his teammate. So how Takaki can set a lap time in the exact same car as his teammate, but 7 seconds a lap slower, is absolutely unbelievable. And that's bearing in mind that Takaki is going to Williams next year. Hakkinen slipped down from first. Oh, come on Hakkinen, is he going to get past Schumacher? Surely he will. Think about the power of that Mercedes engine. I mean, the Ferrari engine's good. It's the second best in the game and it is very powerful, but the Mercedes engine is better. So, hopefully, for Hakkinen's sake, and I do want Hakkinen to win the championship because he did win it in real life. De La Rosa did on the 8th lap. You know, I think that says a lot about the quality of Arrows engines. In the no, Panis, don't get into 6th. Don't get into 6th. No, come on, don't. Oh, I was terrified then. Hakkinen in 1st, Schumacher 2nd, and Damon Hill actually getting 3rd. That's a pretty good performance for him. Zanardi actually got a good finish. To predict next race, I think we're going to see something hilarious with Arrows engines. Two people were unable to complete a lap this practice session. That was Jean Alesi and the other Sauber, who never seemed to make it past the start-finish line for unknown reasons this practice session. and Takaki retired shortly after leaving the pit lane with what is a suspected engine failure in the Arrows. You know, I predicted the Arrows might not have enough engines to last the whole season, and seemingly Takaki has run out of engines already. Both Minardi's line up 18th and 19th, and that's despite the fact they went off at the first corner. And that's after team boss Pierce rules Tom to risk everything. And again, that risk hasn't paid off this race, much like in other races this season. Is Takaki retiring with an engine failure? Yeah, it is. I don't know why his wheels are locking up. No clue, but there you go, that just confirms Arrows have an engine failure. Well, no, they've run out of engines. Whereas truly, no, come on, we're done with the last minute retirement. No, thank God. Truly, just outside the points, we're still 10th in the constructors. Arrows seem to be out of it, you know. Until we outscore Arrows, we're not safe. By no means are we safe. Hakkinen. Oh no, he's gone out driver error, which is weird to see from the 2-times world champion. Only 8 cars finishing, none of them being us. It really was a race of attrition. With David Coulthard winning, Michael Schumacher in second. Yep, Schumacher's ahead by 4 points, and you know, Hakkinen is throwing away these opportunities. He's got the car to do it, we've seen, but he's throwing away every single opportunity, and as long as Prost don't score any for the next 3 races, then we're fine. James Hawkins, who's willing to go for Ferrari. So right there, what we're looking at, he's not an F1 driver, he is an EA employee. And then Neil McEwan, same story here really. He might be going to Ferrari as a test driver, and similarly, he is also an EA employee. And Takaki didn't set a lap this practice session because, as we feared, reports have confirmed that Arrows have run out of engines for the year, and as such, Takaki is going to take no further part in this season. Jarno Trulli again has a disappointing session to be way down in 20th in the Prost. The last person to set a lap time was Pedro Della Rosa in the Arrows, setting a lap time 19 seconds a lap slower than Hakkinen. Our Arrows can't even make enough engines to last the season. It's quite tragic. We're doing a 3-stop strategy because he says we might lose track position, and bear in mind, that's not really something I want. I don't think he's quite understood the situation because we qualified quite well, and I don't really want to risk losing track position. Okay, the game's glitched out. He started massively upfield, but it doesn't matter because he's gonna what's happened to him? To be fair, it did look like Hakkinen was ramming him. And Della Rosa, oh, is this an engine failure for Della Rosa? Oh, this would be tragic if both Arrows have engine failures. Oh no, Della Rosa's out. And that means that is officially the end of Arrow's season. They are done. I'm not going to count out us getting points because we genuinely outpaced Deniz and Trulli. And Marc Genet is in the points. Brunsbach, oh my god, we're in a double points finishing position here. What's that? Schumacher's an engine failure. Trulli's out of electronics. We're in a double points finishing position here. This is absolute miracle. This is an absolute miracle. Oh no, Genet. Genet's had a barge ball failure. Our 10th place in the Constructors' Championship, assuming Badoer finishes in 5th, is safe. This is taking the mick. This is... How on earth are we about to lap a Sauber? There we go. That was beautiful. 5th place in the Minardi. The only people who beat us was Hakkinen, Ralf Schumacher actually, surprisingly, both Benettons, and that's it. Even though it's looked like he might lose the championship at times, he might, just might, win the championship in 1999, just like he did in real life. That's ironic for a team which probably aren't ever going to be champions. Driver number 2. I'm not really believing what I'm seeing, to be honest, because apparently Ferrari have signed Neil McEwan as driver number 2. How have Ferrari done that? They've got Michael Schumacher as driver number 1, Badoer as their test driver, which is fair enough, but why have they signed Badoer as the test driver? They've got this idiot as driver number 2. First time ever F1's going to be at the Malaysian Grand Prix in 1999, and hence why there's no lap record. So I'll make sure Badoer is the first one out on track, and he's going to hold the lap record around Malaysia. We're going to see something absolutely amazing. Luca Badoer is going to set a lap record, an F1 lap record, around Malaysia. Badoer He's already got the record around Malaysia, but he's going to absolutely smash the F1 lap record with a 1:56.8. That is a Minardi record there. And Giancarlo's just completed his flying lap in qualifying, and that means we're holding the qualifying lap records around Malaysia. Tensions really boiled over at Minardi once Badoer crashed out of qualifying. Badoer, that's disappointing. And you see, that's why Giancarlo's getting a race seat next season and you're not. Takaki deliberately made that dramatic then. Deliberately made that dramatic. Oh, Della Rosa, that's pathetic. Your wheels are locking up and you're barely moving. That is pathetic. Oh, Della Rosa. Just, if you're going to retire, just please actually retire. What is he doing? This is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I've never seen anything like it. Hang on, oh, I forgot. I didn't replace the parts on the Minardis. Oh, well, that's it. We're not going to finish then. Yeah, there you go. And Eddie Irvine third, because he's done blistering. Normally you don't see him outpace Schumacher, but he has. I don't think we're going to be in a position that Senna and Prost were. But actually, we might be battling with Prost in a different way, because obviously in the Constructors' Championship, yeah, we might end up battling with Prost next race. Olivier Panis has a brilliant performance at Prost, and the team that has struggled massively this season might get some points if Olivier Panis can keep this pace up for tomorrow's race. Alessandro Zanardi confirms that he has been the most underperforming driver this season, qualifying down 18th, which is awful considering his teammate qualified in 9th. And with performances like these, it might be why Zanardi hasn't got a drive for next season. Jarno Trulli is 19th and last in the other Prost, and it's unknown why Jarno Trulli is so far off the pace of his teammate, especially as his teammate came 7th. And again, you'll notice only 19 cars finished a lap time. That was obviously due to Takaki and Della Rosa's Arrows not having enough engines to be able to complete the season, and as such won't take any part in this Grand Prix as they have done for the past 2 Grand Prix. And similarly, Pedro Diniz did not complete a lap in qualifying as well, much like he did in practice. Whether it's a lack of engines, as we've seen with ours this season, is very worrying for fans of the sport who want a full grid. Whether it's just Della Rosa retiring in spectacular style, yeah, much like last race, except a lot quicker this time, because as you remember last race he spent forever trying to retire. And right, Takaki, is he doing it spectacularly like he did last race? Come on, Takaki. Oh, beautiful retirement. That was dramatic. If you remember his Malaysian retirement, he was going about 10 miles an hour, but yet he did a fancy handbrake turn and oh no, so Diniz has got an engine failure, surely. Well, he's run out of engines. And yep, he went off. So we've got 3 retirements before the race has even started. And Damon Hill, oh Damon Hill, you're going to be with us next race. He will be with us, and I don't really want to see him retire. Jarno Trulli's out of a driver error. Well, to be honest, he's going slow anyway, so it makes no odds. Olivier Panis actually might score some points. Oh no, we are going to have a battle with the Prost, actually. We are going to have a battle with the Prost. Eddie Irvine's retired with driver error. Ralph Schumacher's retired with driver error. Oh no, Sean Lacey, yes. Sean Lacey's over. No. What happened to Sean Lacey? He's out with a barge pole failure. And Olivier Panis is out with an engine failure. We're almost in the points. We just need one more retirement. But is it going to happen? Yes, it is. Luca Badoer's in 6th. He's going to get 4 championship points. Oh, that's brilliant. We just need a finish. We're going to finish our laps. Come on. Yes. Luca Badoer, you've been brilliant for us this season. Yeah, Mark Schneider comes 18th. Takaki comes 16th. And Luca Badoer comes 14th. Just behind the former world champion. Mika Hakkinen is the 1999 world champion in the McLaren. McLaren have won the Constructors' Championship for 1999. I'm sure Ron Dennis is going to be thrilled with that he's won the championship. Yes! We are ahead of Sauber with joint on points, but thankfully the alphabet goes in our favour. And we have come 8th in the Constructors' Championship, just behind a team that has a former world champion in that team. So Paul Stewart wins Team Manager of the Year. Ron Dennis is second. Sean Todd is in third. Eddie Jordan is the fourth best manager this season, and that is us in fifth, with Tom Walkinshaw rightly so getting last. That's how our team has looked this year. Gabriel Chiedosi is our designer. Gustav Bruno is our technical director. Massimo Cusimano as our commercial manager. And then Luca Badoer, brilliant for us, getting 4 points this season. He's going off to Ferrari as a test driver. Marc Genet is going off to replace the hole that Takaki has made at Arrows. Test driver Gaston Mazzacano, he's going to Arrows as well. I'll be sad to see all of these guys go, even though we paid. Whereas next year we've got Neil Oatley, which is a brilliant ex-McLaren designer coming to us. Technical director Mike Gascoigne, working at Jordan at the minute, as you can see from the yellow overalls, well, overall shirt, whatever, but here we come to us. Commercial manager Stefano Domenicali, and also he's Italian, so we're not losing that Italian edge there. And then obviously replacing Luca Badoer with Damon Hill next year, which I'm massively looking forward to. Mika Salo is going to be our new second driver, and the mighty Owain Green, the EA employee himself, is going to be our test driver for next year. And obviously Ford Zetec engines, they weren't that good, but it doesn't matter, we're using Mercedes engines next year, which is going to be brilliant. And then, so this year we're using Magneti Marelli electronics, and they were brilliant for us actually in form, but we're going to be using Magneti Marellis again next year. And this year we use Brembo brakes, and next year we're going to be using AP racing brakes alongside people like McLaren and Arrows, so there you go. So we've got an improvement on our team next year. That's, well, our team's going to be improved next year, that's brilliant. And I just want to say, you know, it's been a great season. It's been a great to see some of these guys on screen. And Minardi will be taking a new edge next year with these parts that we got, with these people that we got. Minardi will be taking a new step next season, a new leap forward. This has been a great season from all the guys back at base at Minardi. It's been a great season from all these guys, great season from all of these people. But anyway, I'll see you next time, so I'll see you then.